Yo, welcome in, all my folks. Hope you enjoying your day so far. Make sure when you come in, if you haven't been here with me before, you drop your city in the comments. Let me know where you're from. Let me know where you're watching from. Hope everybody having a good day today. There we go. Had to share it out to the other groups. So, if you ain't been here before, welcome to the Lulu Land. I'm your man, Upper Rice. I hope you all are having a great day. I'm definitely having a good one. And drop in the comments if you got something that you want to say. If you have enjoyed the videos, if you got anything that you want to talk about, make sure you join in. You already know what we on, Richard. Here comes the bullshit. We got a few videos. We're going to go over a few topics, and I'm not going to hold y'all a long time. But you know we got to get into it. What's up? Big C Cummins in the building. I appreciate you, bro. Welcome in. Drop your city in the comments. Let me know where y'all from. That way I know who's watching and what city I need to show some love to. Make sure you drop it in the comments, and we're going to get started in a minute. I'm having a great day so far today. Now, as I always say, you can't never tell what's going to happen from one minute to the next, but let's make sure we appreciate the fact that we here right now. How y'all doing? Let's get in the chat. Tap that like button when you come through the door. If you're watching, I appreciate that. And drop your city in the comments. Let me know where you're from. Welcome in, Miss Sutton. I appreciate you. When you come in, I appreciate when you introduce yourself in the comments. Hey, you already know what I'm doing, Eric. Hey, I'm coming at it every single day. I appreciate everybody coming in. But we going to get started. I'm going to hit the music because I got a few things I want to talk about. And you know if it's the Lulu, here comes the bullshit. So I got a video where it's going to ask you a question and I want your opinion and your thoughts on it. So I'm going to hit the video, then we're going to come back and unbox it.
I woke up my husband this morning accusing him of not loving me and not caring about me because I intentionally slept far away from him and because I didn't want him to cuddle me because I was having some pain going on. I didn't want to make it worse. But then when he didn't care that I wasn't cuddling him or like close to him, he just like seemed fine. Then that really upset me. So then I could He's a good man, and I just have a lot of feelings a lot of the time. But he didn't care. But he did care, he just didn't say anything. And then he was like, well, usually if you scoot that far away from me, it means that you need space, and I was trying to respect that. Stop answering good. Just say you don't care about me and that you think I'm disgusting and ugly and you're glad I didn't cuddle you. Just
Now, I just want to say sometimes people don't understand that how your emotions and your feelings can genuinely put you in a situation where the person that you're dealing with don't want to deal with you no more. You can't let your emotions get like that. Drop a 1 in the chat if you agree with that. Now, how can you tell the man that you don't want him near you, and then when he gives you what you ask for, you turn around and get mad and think that he's thinking something else? Sometimes we have to realize when we're dealing with people that everybody ain't healed, even if they married you. Drop a 1 in the chat if you agree with that. Do you think she was a little bit overboard? Appreciate you out there in Australia. Do you think she was a bit overboard on how she just moved? I'm going to play it one more time for you, but I feel like she did a bit much because that's the mixed signals that you'll get inside a relationship sometimes. And although people think that we're supposed to be able to deal with that, that's the Lulu logic. If you ask me to give you some space, I'm going to move over there. But don't start crying about that. Hold on. Richard said hormones. It doesn't make sense. You never try to rationalize that. But this is my thing. You don't try to rationalize it, but we are, as men, we still human. We still deal with the shit that we got to go through with our partner, right? Drop a 1 in the chat if you agree with that. Scott, I'm going to play it again because I want all of my brothers to definitely have a chance to listen. And shout out to Britain. Hey, I see you say hi to Britain. Hello, Britain. I appreciate you. That's the King 565. Definitely. Let me play this for you again. And I want your genuine opinion. Because, see, sometimes folks let their little feelies, you know how they get the feelies, they let their feelies end up being the reason that they sitting by themselves. And then they saying that the man didn't understand, he wasn't emotional enough or anything like that. You understand what I mean? Hey, I definitely do that, brother. I definitely do that. But you know what also? Hey, if you want to just subscribe, bro, that's cool. You could do that. Or I definitely make sure I put it in my bio somewhere. But let me go ahead and play this because my man Scott didn't get a chance to see it.
I woke up my husband this morning accusing him of not loving me and not caring about me because I intentionally slept far away from him and because I didn't want him to cuddle me because I was having some pain going on. I didn't want to make it worse. But then when he didn't care that I wasn't cuddling him or like close to him, he just like seemed fine. Then that really upset me. So then I could... He's a good man. He's a good man. And I just have a lot of feelings a lot of the time. But he didn't care. But he did care. He just didn't say anything. And then he was like, well, usually if you scoot that far away from me, it means that you need space. And I was trying to respect that. Stop answering good. Just say you don't care about me and that you think I'm disgusting and ugly and you're glad I didn't cuddle you. Just...
And again, like I said, sometimes you see how their own emotions, when they don't have them in check, that puts you in a jam. I definitely appreciate that, Eric. When your person don't have their emotions in check, but they expect you to be able to just deal with it. My man Rick say overboard. She needs, I'm sorry, I don't have the patience for those kind of games. Sorry, ladies, you figure that shit out yourself. There goes the hey, here comes the bullshit. Because if you watch how she reacted, it sounded like the man really tried to give her that space. And a lot of guys won't even do that. Scott say, so he was willing to show her respect, just like I said, Scott, and that he's a good man and she's losing it. What's wrong with these ladies? And I'll tell you like this, the Lulu logic. Many times when a lady wasn't told no much in her life, I need my gentleman to understand. Most times, think about how we raise our daughters, and a lot of us will jump in and maybe we'll say that we did discipline our daughter, but a lot of times the daughter don't get told no as much as the son in many households, and we always see the results of that when a person gets into a relationship. Chelsea says she needs therapy. Women like that run good men into the ground. And that's a true statement, Chelsea, and I'm going to bounce off of that with you. Because you could be the best man in the world, but even if you try your best, damn, you still crying in the car, making a video about it, talking about he's a good man, but why don't you just say that you disgusted with me? If that man was disgusted with her, he wouldn't have been still laying in that bed. He would have came up with an argument and end up leaving. He would have found a reason to leave. I don't even know what to say. To be honest, this is from a lot of not having dads growing up. And I know some people will listen to that and say, oh, that's not right. But the truth of the matter is, that's the truth of the matter. Because if you did have that father to guide you and show you that people will tell you no. See, you can have a father in your life, but if he always told you yes, and you were always his princess 24/7, and he never checked your behavior, then many times what ends up happening? You end up bringing all of that baggage. You bring all of that baggage into somebody else's life. Hey, shout out to my son, Go in the building. Hey, you know we going live in T-minus 30 minutes or so, because we're going to do about 45 minutes here. Pecos City Black say this is funny part. It's always a. Now, Stargazer say it's projection. LP Crook say it's not always about you. Entitlement issues. And we gonna ride on with that because I got another topic I want to bring to y'all. This next one right here, I want you to check it out, then we go unbox it because this young lady, she has a question for the men. So guys, I want y'all to stick around for this one.
I don't understand why men are like, oh, I don't want a woman who's slept around. So you want someone who's just going to lay there and doesn't know what to do? That sounds really fucking boring. I'm not even going to lie. You don't want someone with a little bit of experience at least?
Let me make sure I give her, let me make sure I give her her propers. Let's go back.
I don't understand why men are like, oh, I don't want a woman who's slept around. So you want someone who's just going to lay there and doesn't know what to do? That sounds really fucking boring. I'm not even going to lie. You don't want someone with a little bit of experience at least?
So guys, the question is, do men prefer a woman with more experience, meaning that has been with more men, or less? Do men prefer women who have more experience or less? And let's not walk the fence. Let's try not to straddle the fence and say, well, it just depends. If I'm just hooking up with her, then I'll take more. If I'm trying to wife her, I'll take less. Let's not go there, guys. Let's just talk about the actual factuals. Which one do you prefer? Which one, if you could choose, would you say, damn, I wish she could be with more men before she met me? Or do you prefer a woman with less experience? Let's check and see what the chat had to say about that. I hear you. You say there's a difference between sleeping around and having a few past partners. See, a few is cool, but you gotta explain that to me. Jamil say less mileage is always a go, King. I agree with Jamil on that one because guess what? I don't think it's that much difference between a person sleeping around if they had a few, meaning a few is only 3. As far as I'm concerned, 3, 4, 5, that's a few. Let's be real, that's a few. But if your few is 15, then damn it, hey, look, your few is 25, then, because I don't know no guys, maybe some of the guys in the chat feel like that. Would you say to your lady, you know what, baby, I wish you could have been with like 10 more dudes before you got with me? I don't know any man that says, damn, you know what, it was good, but if only you had been with 50 more. If you had been with 50 more guys, man, it would have been great. I know you say I need experience, Eric said, and I get that, but where do we draw the line? So experience mean, hey, 150 ain't 150 cool, Eric? Or are you saying experience? Because see, I want to check and see what she said again, so that way we'll be addressing exactly what her question was. Let's go.
I don't understand why men are like, oh, I don't want a woman who's slept around. So you want someone who's just going to lay there and doesn't know what to do? That sounds really fucking boring. I'm not even going to lie. You don't want someone with a little bit of experience at least?
Yeah, she said slept around, so here come the bullshit. It's relative to your age. You both 20 and she got 20, that's a problem. You 40 and she got 20, the conversation is different. Shit, I figure like this. If we 40, I don't know about that. I don't know because that's still a good number. That's still a pretty good number, but I get what you're saying, Richard. I get what you're saying. No, sir, hard pass. We got men and women probably just really want to be the only one. Okay. Damn, girl, you have gone these. This the thing, because I see y'all popping in the chat. And just so we know, we're gonna make sure that we take care of all the kids that's in there that's trying to play a little bit. You know, I will eject you. It's just how that's just how it's gotta go. But my thing is experience is one thing. That's one thing. But we have to also look at the fact that, hey, look, I'm not trying to be dealing with somebody that's got everybody under the sun. It's as simple as that. Simple said put. Nothing more, nothing less. I wouldn't want to deal with that. I wouldn't want to deal with that. That's just how I look at it. But you know, some folks cool with it. Some people cool with it. Let's see what we got there. We got they all slept around good like they all slept around good like finding a chicken that hasn't experienced multiple men. This the thing. I think it's the ones that you choose. See, most people don't date their speed. Most guys are not cool with getting their looks equivalent. Most guys won't say, you know what, the women that's watching you, the women that's really checking for you, you look right over their head, bro. Let's be honest. Let's be honest. Most of the time, the girls that's really eyeballing you the most, you looking past her because you trying to catch up to the one that don't look like that. That is that one that you might not be able to get. See, we have to make sure that when we say they all mess around, now it might be all the ones that you're trying to get up with. Remember that. Date your speed. Simple said put. Just because it look good to you, if she ain't checking for you, I promise you, ain't no sense of checking for her. Because even if you do pull her for a second, just know she's not that into you. You can impress her. You could spend some money. You could take her a few places she want to go. You might even get the cheeks. But the fact of the matter is, if she ain't checking for you from jump like you checking for her, she don't really fuck with you like that, bro. It's really that simple. And although some guys end up marrying a woman that wasn't checking for them, but the fact is, you went in knowing, hey, you really not her type, because if you were, you wouldn't have to pursue her. You wouldn't have to go through all of the courting. You wouldn't have to do none of that, because most of the guys that I know that's been married to a woman a real long time, let's be honest, they didn't have to chase her down. Drop a 1 in the chat if you agree with that. Anybody that's been married for any period of time. You tell me, am I wrong? You didn't have to chase that woman down. I know I didn't have to chase my wife down. I don't know about y'all, but I believe genuinely men that have been married for a while, they can give you a story and let you know they didn't have to chase their woman down. They might not have got her on day one. Some of them got her on day one, but they didn't have to chase her down like guys do now. See, that's the thing that a lot of guys don't realize. You can't force something that's not meant to be. I like that, LP. You can't build a kingdom with someone who still seeks attention from the village. I love it. Tommy said 1. I didn't chase. 26 years. Shout out to my man, Tommy Watkins. I'm just speaking the truth. We have to make sure, if we're going to call out the Lulu logic, gentlemen and ladies that's in the chat, if we're going to call out the Lulu logic, let's just make sure that we are not functioning in the Delulu zone. Can we do that? Let's agree to that. If we're going to call out the Delulu, let's make sure we're not functioning in the Delulu zone and thinking some shit that we doing ain't Delulu. Because if you got to chase after her, if you got to call her first all the time, realize this: when a woman really fuck with you, she makes her intentions known. Drop a 1 in the chat if you agree with that. If a woman really deal with you, she makes her intentions known. You don't have to wonder. Sylvester said, after 40 years, I didn't have to chase. Scott said, yeah, but some of these 10s be just taking D by the pound because they know they can. And you have to realize that and show their ass taillights and tailpipes. Don't try to pull one of them. If you know that that's how she moving, what is it worth for you chasing? You just going to be another one? You another scratch on the bedpost? We got to understand something. She ain't giving you nothing more than you giving her. If you don't give her no money and y'all just interact, she's not giving you anything more than you giving her. The mistake men make is thinking I got to come out my pocket in order to get her to pay attention to me. I got to come out my pocket to get her to pay attention to me. Ira say, I'd like to be pursued. And the truth of the matter is, if you really like her, then she shouldn't have to chase you. If she really like you, you shouldn't have to chase her. All the rest of that is bullshit that everybody like to float out there because it sound good. but it keep them single. It sound good, but it keep them single, which means it's the Lulu logic. Shout out to my man Ira. We got Tommy said, I didn't select from the streets. Me either. But you know what, though? I ain't going to lie and say that I wasn't from the hood and my girl wasn't from the hood, but she wasn't from the streets. See, we got to make sure that we fine-tune what for the streets, from the streets. We got to fine-tune what that really means, especially in our generation. I ain't talking about the teeny boppers, even though, hey, shout out to all of my guys, my young bulls out here. But we got to make sure we understand just because she was from the hood don't mean that she was all around the hood. She wasn't a homie hopper. She was just from the hood. Some people just like the excitement in chasing somebody they know they don't even want. And you know what? We got to really look inside ourselves and ask what's missing in me for me to have to, that's what I get excitement from. I ain't found my purpose if I got time to bullshit off time like that. Am I wrong, LP? I ain't found my purpose if I got time to bullshit my time off like that and run after people I don't like or deal with people I know don't like me. The Lulu logic. No matter how I get put. Vincent say, no, you might not have to tell them, down because women looking for love while we're looking for love. And come on, Doc, we have done the same thing when I was out there. I wouldn't have done no male. My thing is this. My thing is this, though. We have to understand, we may have done some of the same things, but you could tell the dudes that did them to way too high of a level because they the ones that's sitting around that's constantly always talking down on every woman, not just the ones that dog walk them. See, that's where we make a mistake. That's where we make a mistake because we try to put it on everybody rather than us putting it on the person that did it. You can't put it on everybody because everybody ain't do it to you, bro. You ain't dated everybody like I ain't dated everybody. If I ain't dated everybody, you damn sure ain't dated everybody. So you can't say that it's everybody. That's the mistake we make. We moving on because I got one more subject I want to do about this brother. This brother went through it with his lady, and I want you to check it out. And we're gonna unbox it, and then I'm gonna let y'all get back to y'all night. But this is a good one.
You know what really baffles my mind is how you can give somebody a second chance into your life after they beg to be in there, treat them like a princess, and then they still decide that they're gonna bang their loser ex that makes no money, is a total fucking bum, treated them like shit, and cheated on them. Women, like, out there, please make that make sense. Like, why do good guys always get shit on? I'm not even mad at this point. I am kind of debating on buying her boyfriend's business, like the building that he rents, and shutting it down because I'm petty. I admit that. I'm not doing it. But, yeah, I'm just curious. Like, what the...
Okay. I'm going to say this. When you give somebody an opportunity to jam you up more than one time, you can't get mad because they jammed you up more than one time. You give a person a second, a third, a fourth chance. You can't be upset when that person feeds you the green weenie. You can't be mad at somebody for doing you wrong when you let them back in your door. It's almost like you had Dracula in your house, you got Dracula out your house, and then you turned around and let Dracula come back in, and now you complaining because Dracula bit you again. That's the Lulu logic right there. It's as simple as that. That is the Lulu logic. It's just that simple. And I want to say this, and you right, my person from YouTube. I'm not the nice guy. I never have been, and don't portray to be. But you cannot allow a person back in your life and then think that they just gonna do you right and get mad when they don't. Now, if they do you right, cool. If they treat you right, cool. But that's a risk that you take the minute you decide to let somebody back in. Scott say it's psychological warfare. Everybody wants to project, it seems. People think they can fix a person. Only person that can fix a person is the person themselves. A snake is a snake. You're right, Eric. We got Brandon said, asking someone for a second chance is like them asking for ammunition for a second weapon. They hurt you once, they'll reload and do it again. And that's true in a lot of cases. It's not saying that people can't seek forgiveness and do right, but it's saying that I don't know how you could get mad at them if you get done wrong again. You let them back through the door. I mean, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. David said, guess what? Men don't open that door. Keep it closed. If you allow her in, she is going to destroy you and finish the job. Dude, I've been there. I was exactly like that too. Too nice, but not anymore. And just remember one thing, Sarah, it's not about not being nice to somebody to show you love down the line. It's about not fucking with that person that did you wrong. We got to stop putting everything on everybody else. See, we got to make sure we empty our baggage out, pay our own baggage bill, so the new person you bringing in your life ain't got to pay it. Nobody deserves a broken toy for Christmas. Drop a 1 in the chat if you agree with that. Nobody deserves a broken toy for Christmas. True colors don't change. They show you who they are once, believe them. See, as long as we clean up that baggage, sweep off that stoop, and so when we bring somebody else in, they ain't getting dirt on their shoes, we could be okay. We ain't bringing that extra in. But don't nobody deserve to get with somebody and they still ailing and belly aching about what happened and how that last person did it. We got to make sure if we want a clean slate, we come with one. Let them keep knocking on the closed door. You could do bad by yourself. And I get it. The brother, you know, he feeling real mad about it, talking about he'll buy the other guy's business and all this other stuff. I hear all of that. But that's not going to help anything. See, we have to understand that. And I like to make sure I impress that to men. We have to understand that. That's not going to change shit, bro. That's not going to bring her back. And even if you just said the man you called him a bum and then he got his own business or you're going to buy the business he work at so you can fire him. Truth be told, what good is that going to do you? And he's still going to go home and get the cheeks with the lady that you still pining over. Guys, we got to learn how to let go. You need to learn how to celebrate when she want to let you go. Release her like a free agent. Ladies, do the same thing. Don't practice the Lulu logic, because if you do, you might find yourself in the Lulu land. Hey, I appreciate y'all. If you got TikTok, you could go over to the Delulu Land account. Me and my son, we about to get ready to do a live. So I appreciate everybody here. Come back because we're going to rock out again tomorrow. I appreciate everybody in the comments. Much love to y'all. And keep watching Delulu Land because we got a lot more coming.